Hey peoples of YouTube, today we're going to be remaking another fairy tale in Minecraft. And today's fairy tale is going to be Rumpelstiltskin. I dearly hope I pronounced that right. I have no idea how it's supposed to go, so really hoping that's right. So, without further ado, hope you enjoy. Once upon a time, in a village in a land far, far, far away, a miller and a king walked into a bar. The miller saw the king and was all like, oh wow, Paul gets the king. Gotta make an impression. So he told the king that, ho 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 ho, guess what, my dude? My daughter can spin straw into gold! Pog. And the king was like, wow, that sounds like fake news. We better check this out! And so the king had the miller's daughter locked up in a room full of straw and was all like, if you don't spin all of this straw into gold by tomorrow, you shall die. And the daughter's just like, oh my god, what the heck? No one told me what's going on. Why am I here? Because no one told the miller's daughter what's going on. She just got like randomly just like yeeted into a room full of straw and told, do this magical thing you don't know how to do. How are you doing? Anyway, she's sitting here, and as any normal human being would, she's getting, like, fully freaked out, like, she's gonna lose her head if she can't do something that she has never done before, and is literally impossible. And so she's all like, oh no, please help me. And this random door, who was definitely not suspicious at all, just popped open, and this really short guy just came strolling out, strolling. Short guy stayed inside of the closet and was all like, broski, I can spin the straw for you. I can. And the daughter's all like, oh my goodness, yes, and then I won't die. Hip hip hooray. What payment do you require? And he's all like, how about your necklace? And she's all like, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, I don't need it. Take it. Take it. And so the random short guy takes the necklace and begins spinning the straw into gold. And so the next day, the king strolled into the room and saw all of the gold and was all like, oh my goodness gracious, it wasn't fake news. This is insanity. However, just one giant room full of gold wasn't enough for the king. So the king filled the room up with straw again, and told the miller's daughter, again, that if she did not spin everything in the room into gold by the next day, she would just die. Just die. And once again, she panicked, like any normal human would, and was all like, oh no, I will surely die this time. The little person is gone. There is no one to spin the straw for me now. However, the little man reappeared again, and just stayed inside the closet, I guess. They just stay inside the closet. They really like that closet, eh? And they were all like, broski, guess who's back? I can spin the straw for you at a price. And the miller's daughter was all like, what's the price? What's the price? What's the catch? And he's all like, how about you give me that ring on your finger? And she's all like, well, you know, if I don't get this, I'm gonna die. So, here you are. Have a nice day. And so, the little man thing got to spinning all the straw into gold. The king arrived for the second time the next morning, and once again saw that all of the straw was gold, and was all like, oh pug, great. However, the king was very, very greedy, and they just wanted to see it happen one more time. Just one more room of gold. So, the king locked the miller's daughter once again inside of a room full of straw. And this time, the miller's daughter was, like, really distraught. Because she just all like, oh no, I don't have my necklace, I don't have my ring, I don't have any other jewelry, how on earth am I supposed to pay the little guy, even if he does come back? Panic, panic, panic! But, here comes the little guy! Hey, we missed you, bud. And miller's daughter was like, I'm so sorry, I know that I'm going to die if the straw isn't spun to gold, but I have nothing to pay you with. And little guy is all like, well, you see, we can work out a bargain, eh? You give me your firstborn child, and I'll spin all the straw into gold for you. And the miller's daughter is all like, well, I am literally going to die if I don't do this. Is all like, yeah, sure. All right, fam. And the little guy gets to spinning the straw into gold. The next day, the king strolls into the room and sees all of the gold everywhere, and it's just like, Pog. And this time the king is satisfied with all the gold, so they're just like, yay, this is amazing. I'm gonna take you as my wife. Yay! And so the two were happily married. It's just, the miller's daughter got married to the king. For something that the little guy, I mean, wouldn't the king want to marry the little squirt in here? I mean, the only reason the king is marrying the miller's daughter is because she can spin gold, straw into gold. I'm confused. A year later, the miller's daughter brought a baby into the world. There's a baby, just to pretend, there's a baby. There's a baby. She brought a baby into the world, a beautiful bouncing baby. And she was all just like, oh, Poggers, child, yay, Pog. However, as soon as she was all happy, in came Squirt here, and Squirt was all like, excuse me, ma'am, but, that is my property. That is owed to me. Please give baby. And she's all just like, oh no, my child! And she wept so bitterly that little dude here had pity and was all like, well, okay, lady. Gonna give you a chance. You got 3 days to figure out my name. And if you can figure out my name, I'll leave you and child alone. And she's all just like, oh, Pog, that can't be that hard. And so the queen sent out a messenger into the far away lands to search far and wide for any and all names they could come across. On the dawn of the first day, little Squirt came back and was all like, broski, how you doing? I'm back. Do you know my name yet? And she's all just like, Jerome? George? Fred? Oliver? And she just goes through like every single name that she knows. Just a list. And little Squirt's all just like, no, nada, zilch, zip, zero, no. On and on for hours, basically. You get the gist of it. Until the queen, Depresso Espresso, was all like, sigh, IDK, and he's all like, okay, I come back tomorrow then, bye-bye! And so he left. The next day, little Squirt guy came back and was all like, hello, you got any new name ideas? And the queen, who was really desperate, was all like, Cobblebro, Strider, Mutton Chop, anyway, just on and on, exactly like that, just random names that I feel sorry for whoever gets named them. But she just kept going, and little Squirt here was all like, haha, schmuck, no. And so, after a couple of guesses, and the queen tired out again, little Squirt left, and the queen was left to be a Depresso Espresso inside of her room, next to her definitely a baby. On the third day, the messenger came back and told the queen that unfortunately, he had found no new names. However, then he was all like, what? However, I did hear this really weird thing that is completely, totally unrelated. No way it could be related. But there was this weird short guy singing, today I'll bake, tomorrow I'll brew, then I will take away the queen's child. Then it's good that nobody knows that Rumpelstiltskin is my name. And queen was just like, yeah, totally unrelated. And so messenger guy just like, left. Cue. Messenger leaving. Just go. Never mind. Messenger left, and queen is all like, I know the guy's name now! Later in the day, Squirt guy came back and was all like, hey broski, you know my name yet? And she was all like, is it maybe Bill? And Squirt guy's all like, no. Is it maybe Tim? And Squirt guy's all like, no. Is it maybe Rumpelstiltskin? And Squirt guy is all like, no! Panicking because that was his name. And the most stories end is that he just kind of like runs away and disappears, or sometimes it's just like Thanos snaps into oblivion. But no, no. Grim fairy tale version, he stomps his foot so hard into the ground that he goes halfway into the floor. Then he grabs his other foot and then just rips himself into two pieces. Ah, dead Rumpelstiltskin. Well, that is the end of Rumpelstiltskin. I I hope you guys all enjoy. Have a have a great day. Oh my god, Squirt grew up.